Hello and welcome back to the ninth episode of Joe's NBA podcast. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it with our first topic. Okay, so for our first topic today, we're going to have the best games in the past weekend or week, because we had a lot of crazy games this weekend. First of all, we had a quadruple overtime game versus the Bulls and the Hawks. That game was insane. Trae Young had 49 points and just carried the Hawks on his back, because not a lot of other people on the Hawks did much. But Trae Young had 49 points, 16 assists, and 8 rebounds, and totally just destroyed the other team. Even though the Bulls did win, Trae Young was basically just holding up the Hawks for all of those 8 basically quarters, because there was 4 overtimes. And then on the Bulls side, they have Zach LaVine, who had 47 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Otto Porter, who had 31 points and 10 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, who had 31 points and 17 rebounds, which is just insane when you think about it, because the Bulls had 3 different players scoring over 30 points. They combined for I forgot how many, I don't know how many points it is. It's almost 100 points. Or actually, yeah, it's over 100 points that they combined for. And overall, just a good win for the Bulls. And in the end, Bulls got the win there. And then on the Raptors versus the Blazers, Kawhi had an insane game winner against the Blazers. It came down to the wire. Kawhi Leonard was on the baseline, shot it basically over the backboard, and it just rimmed in. And yeah, really tight game over there versus Toronto and the Blazers. And then we had the Heat versus the Warriors, where Dwayne Wade had one of the most insane buzzer beaters I've ever seen. He shot it, got blocked, I think, caught it again midair, and shot it with 0.7 seconds left. It was crazy watching that happen. I was so shocked that Dwayne Wade, the guy who's retiring this year, beat the Warriors with a heave of a buzzer beater at the buzzer. It was insane. That 3 went in with 0.7 seconds left on the clock. That was just insane. So let's get on to our second topic. Okay, so for our second topic today, guys, we have who will win the NBA Finals, who will get the number 1 draft pick, and who will they take for the number 1 draft pick. So I believe that I'm going to make a long run right here. The Raptors, I was going to say the Raptors could win the finals, but there are just so many teams that are actually in it this year, especially everybody's saying, oh, the Warriors are just going to win it again. Now they have an all-star center. They just have so many good pieces. But you look at the East, you have Giannis, and the Bucks, obviously, and then you have Toronto, you have the Celtics, you have the Sixers, and you also have the Nuggets. You can't count them out because they could just surprise everyone, just win the finals. And then we have the Thunder, too, the Rockets. So a lot of teams are on finals contention right now. And I am saying that the Sixers are going to make it out East into the finals, but I think the Warriors are going to take home the NBA championship once again, unless they get upset by the Rockets or somebody. Or if the Lakers make the second round, or not the second round, if we even make the playoffs, probably not going to happen. We're 5 games back now. Lost hope in LeBron. LeBron, if you could start trying, that'd be great. I mean, you started trying a few days ago, but he didn't. So yeah, I think that Warriors are going to win the NBA Finals. Sixers are going to make it there with them. But yeah, and then for the number 1 draft pick, I'm just going to say the Suns are probably going to get the number 1 draft pick this offseason. I'm pretty sure they're going to take Zion Williamson with that. So they have a big 3 of Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Zion Williamson. That front court would be insane with Zion with his athleticism, and also DeAndre Ayton's athleticism. That'd just be insane. Or if they take somebody like R.J. Barrett, then they could just have a great passer too for Devin Booker, and a great shot creator, so that Devin Booker doesn't have to be taking all the shots. And then they could also be just throwing lobs in Lob City for DeAndre Ayton under the basket. Or if the Knicks get it, then they're also probably going to take Zion, and then they're probably going to sign someone in the offseason to try and build a super team from that, I guess. And so I think that either the Suns or the Knicks is going to get it. I'm pretty sure that the Suns are going to get it, even though the top 3 worst teams all get the same odds. But I think the Suns are going to get it, and I think they're going to take Zion Williamson with the first pick, and that's a really young, good duo right there. So let's get on to our third topic. Okay, for our third topic today, guys, we have where will Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, and Kyrie Irving go this offseason? Obviously, they're not going to be teaming up somewhere. No team has enough cap room to sign all 4 of those players. I think that potentially KD and Kyrie could team up somewhere in New York, potentially, if Kyrie decides to leave, which he probably is going to, because Celtics have, I think they lost 4 games in a row, and then they won one recently, and Kyrie Irving does not look happy in those games. And if they don't pair up, I think Kyrie Irving will go and join LeBron back and come back to LA. Hopefully, if he doesn't join the Knicks, then he comes to LA. And KD, I'm pretty sure he's going to either stay with the Warriors or go to the Knicks, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go with the Knicks. And then Kawhi, it's looking like he's either going to stay in Toronto to win a championship for them, or he could go to somewhere like the Clippers potentially, or even the Lakers if he still wants to pair up with LeBron. But it looks like potentially the Clippers or the Raptors. And then Clay's kind of like a wild card right now, because if Clay goes and stays with the Warriors, then KD might go and stay with the Warriors, and they might keep their core. Also, DeMarcus has to leave this offseason, so we don't know where he's going. Most likely, I think the front runner right now is the Lakers, and that's the only person we're expected to get, which is kind of sad. But we could get Clay. I think Clay's dad said he wanted him to join the Lakers because Michael Thompson played for the Lakers, and that's Clay's dad, so maybe that could be cool, I guess. And then, so overall, I think this offseason is going to be crazy with all these free agent signings, and hopefully they don't all just stay with the Warriors and just stay with their teams. Kyrie's probably going to leave, and Kawhi's probably going to leave. Those are the 2 main people that I think are going to leave. And so, yeah, let's go on to our fourth topic with our NBA pick'ems. So for our fourth topic today, guys, we're going to have the NBA pick'em, but we're doing every single game Monday through Friday this week. And since I'm recording this a little bit late, I can't say, oh yeah, I haven't seen the games for Sunday. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen some of them, so that'd be basically cheating. So I'm going to start on Monday with the Mavericks versus the Nets. I'm going to take the Mavericks there because they have Luka Doncic, and Luka Doncic is really good. And then we have the Hawks versus the Heat. I'm just going to take the Heat because the Hawks are probably tanking. Then we have the Nuggets versus the Spurs. I'm going to take the Nuggets probably because they're in the 2nd seed right now, and they're really good. And then we have the Bucks versus San Antonio. Oh, wait. No, it's the Bucks versus the Suns. My bad. And I'm going to take the Bucks there, obviously, because they're the number 1 team in the league, and the Suns are like the worst team in the league, so yeah. And then we have the Pelicans versus the Jazz. I'm going to take the Jazz because I just think they're a better overall team, especially since Anthony Davis is going to be on a minutes restriction. And I think since they have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, they're going to be able to stop that. And then we have the Knicks versus the Kings. I'm going to take the Kings because the Kings are in playoff contention this year. And then we have the Clippers versus the Lakers. And there I'm going to take the Lakers just because I want us to win. I don't know if we're going to win, and I just think we're a better overall team because we have LeBron James. I don't really know who they have that much, but I think the Lakers could be able to win that one, especially if LeBron actually tries, because right now our leading scorer is Brandon Ingram, which I'm not happy with, but I still like Brandon Ingram. And then on Tuesday we have the Magic versus the Sixers. I'm going to take the Sixers because they have 5 really good players on their starting lineup. And then we have the Bulls versus the Pacers. I'm going to take the Pacers there because the Bulls are tanking. And then we have the Blazers versus the Grizzlies. I'm going to take the Blazers just because they have Dame and CJ, and that's better than Mike Conley. And then we have, the Thunder versus the Wolves. I'm going to take the Thunder there because the Wolves only have Karl Anthony Towns. And then we have the Rockets versus the Raptors. I'm going to take the Raptors because the Raptors are really high in the East, and the Rockets really only have James Harden, and defense wins you championships, and defense wins you games. So I'm going to take Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors there. And then we have the Celtics versus the Warriors. I'm going to take the Warriors because the Warriors have 5 former All-Stars. And then we have on Wednesday, we have the Heat versus the Hornets. I'm going to take the Hornets because they have Kemba Walker. And then we have the Mavericks versus the Wizards. I'm going to take the Wizards because they have Bradley Beal. And then we have the Wolves versus the Pistons. I'm going to take the Pistons because they have a two-headed monster in their front court, and they're just really good with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. And then we have the Cavs versus the Nets. I'm going to take the Nets because they have D'Angelo Russell, and D'Angelo Russell is really good, and I don't know why Magic Johnson traded him. And so we have the Spurs versus the Hawks. I'm going to take the Spurs because the Spurs are the Spurs, and the Spurs are the Spurs, and the Hawks are tanking. And then we have the Sixers versus the Bulls. I'm going to take the Sixers because the Sixers are good and the Bulls are tanking. And then we have the Jazz versus the Pelicans, and I'm going to take the Jazz there because, they're on a minute. Anthony Davis is on a minute restriction, and Donovan Mitchell and Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert can hold down the rest of their team. And then we have the Knicks versus the Suns. I'm going to take the Suns because the Suns have Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. And the Knicks, I don't really know who they have because they're tanking, and they're the Knicks. And then we have the Celtics versus the Celtics versus the Kings. I'm going to take the Celtics. And then we have the Nuggets versus the Lakers. I'm going to take the Nuggets because they're a better team than us, even though I don't like that I'm saying that. And then on Thursday, we have the Pacers versus the Bucks. And I'm going to take the Bucks there, obviously, because the Bucks are number 1 in the East. And the Pacers still don't have Victor Oladipo. And then we have the Thunder versus the Blazers, and I'm going to take the Thunder there because the Thunder are doing really well this season, and Paul George is playing like an MVP candidate. And then on Friday, we have the Mavs versus the Magic. I'm going to take the Mavs. Then we have the Wizards versus the Hornets. I'm going to take the Hornets there because I think that Kemba Walker is a better player than Bradley Beal. And then we have the Raptors versus the Pelicans, and I'm going to take the Raptors because Kawhi Leonard, I feel like, is better than Anthony Davis right now. And the Raptors are really good, and they have Kyle Lowry and Marc Gasol and Pascal Siakam. So, I'm going to take the Raptors there. Then we have the Cavs versus the Heat. I'm going to take the Heat there because the Heat are not tanking. And then we have the Pistons versus the Bulls. I'm going to take the Pistons with their two-headed monster with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond over the Bulls, who are tanking. And then we have the Sixers versus the Rockets. I'm going to take the Rockets there because I feel like James Harden can just do everything on the court and carry him past the Sixers. And then we have the Jazz versus the Grizzlies. And I'm going to take the Jazz because the Jazz are the Jazz and the Grizzlies are not good. And we have the Thunder versus the Clippers. I'm going to take the Thunder because the Thunder have Paul George and Russell Westbrook, and Paul George is an MVP candidate. And the Clippers have some role players, but they lost to Tobias Harris. But they're still better than the Lakers, which sucks. And then And then we have the Nuggets versus the Warriors for our last game, and I'm going to take the Warriors there because the Warriors are the Warriors and the Nuggets are the Nuggets. So let's get on to our conclusion. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Joe's NBA Podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Joachim_Ticer. And be sure to have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Okay, guys, as I'm editing this, I realized I forgot to tell you that I got a USB flash drive, and that's why there's some Fortnite gameplay in the back. I had a really good game, so I'm just going to put this in the background. Tell me in the comment section what game you want to see in the background. It's really only Fortnite, Overwatch, or 2K. So make sure to comment down below which game you want to see, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.